This is episode number 305 of the Homeowner Show. Whether you're DIY or looking to hire, we're here to help you find the best information and options for you and your home. My name is Kevin Hackett, and here with me is Craig Williams.
Hello, and welcome to the Homeowner Show. We are so glad that you could join us for another live episode here in the studio. How you doing, Kev?
You know what? I'm doing pretty good, man. Had a really good Thanksgiving week. We went to Caddo Lake like we always do, and my son caught some fish, some catfish. I filleted up some fish.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did he eat it?
He loves it.
Nice.
Like, absolutely loves it.
Has he always liked catfish, or did he like it because he caught it?
No, he hasn't always liked it. I mean, you know my son. He's a little bit of a picky eater. But, you know, if it's fresh, catfish is really good.
It can be.
And I've got a pretty good method of cooking it up, and it's not that big of a deal. And for pan fry it. And,
yeah. Do you have him clean it?
No, I had him watch the entire process.
Okay.
And I showed him everything, how to do it. Maybe next time. But I wanted him to be able to eat it. That was the thing. And I was afraid that if he got in there and filleted it up, that we wouldn't get any meat out of it. So I didn't want him to be disappointed because he didn't catch a ton. He caught like 3.
Okay.
And so we actually halved it with him and another kid. And so, it's like a full meal.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, 3 good sized, they were good sized catfish. I mean, they were.
Fish fillets, man, people don't realize how filling those things could be.
Oh, yeah. So, especially, anything you fry.
Did you fry it?
Yeah, I fried it.
Like pan fried, or you like breaded it?
No, I breaded it,
Okay.
but I still fried it in, it's like some corn oil.
Yeah.
And, really simple. Nothing too fancy, but it's good. I mean, I got the Zatarain's fish fry box.
There you go.
And, put some sour cream and mustard together for the binding and dipped it in that and fried it up. It was easy.
There you go.
Yeah, it's really good. So
good mess of catfish.
Did y'all? I know we're going to talk about this later, but did y'all get some fish?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about it in a little bit. But before we get there, let's talk about our sponsors.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, this show today is brought to you by Lone Star Appliance Repair.
Lone Star Appliance Repair. I feel like we need to come up with a jingle.
That would be fun. Every one of our sponsors got a. Are we singing the jingle?
I think we have to.
We have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. You sing. I'll do the bumpity bumps.
We're capable.
we have been known to sing before.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize that. I mean, maybe they do. I mean, there's guitars around.
I'm a weekend warrior, but it's neither here nor there.
Neither here nor there.
Yeah. But anyway, like the Thanksgiving rush is over.
It is.
And so what we're dealing with now is injured and depleted appliances that were overused.
Way overused and not cleaned.
And not cleaned.
No way.
So, I mean, like, you probably have injured appliances at this point.
Probably.
There's at least one in the house.
Yeah.
After, if you hosted Thanksgiving, there's an injured appliance.
Yeah.
Or one that needs, like, to be serviced.
Or if you did what we did, which was we were gone, and y'all too, we were gone for the entire week.
Yeah.
And where we go, like, you come home smelling like complete fire smoke. I mean, everything that you own smells like fire smoke or smoker smoke.
Smoker smoke?
Yeah, like barbecue smokers.
Oh, okay.
And so I nobody in my family smokes, but like there were 3 barrel smokers going most of the week. There's 2 fires going. So everything you have smells. So you have to throw it all in the washing machine.
Yeah.
So by the time you wash and get all that through there, the dryer, it's a lot, man.
Dryer's got secondhand smoke.
Exactly. Nobody likes that. So you're going to have to get your appliances repaired.
Yeah, or at least cleaned.
At least cleaned. I mean, and that's the cool thing. Lone Star Appliance Repair, they've got all kinds of maintenance plans.
Yep.
Things that you can do to just go, look, I don't want to have to worry about this. I want to make sure my stuff is taken care of. And one of the things that I don't think most people realize is there's certain things that we take care of, right? We change the oil in our car. We rotate the tires in our car. You should at least. A lot of people, I think we finally convinced a lot of people that you need to do your AC your maintenance every year.
Yep.
Once for your AC, once for your heater, so twice a year. your appliances can use this too, right?
Yeah,
And Lone Star Appliance Repair can help you out.
Yep.
So if you want to give them a call, get your appliances serviced, or if you just need a repair, give them a call, 936-647-2364.
Call them.
That's it. And our next sponsor, True Texas Solar.
True Texas Solar.
Man, these guys, I'm continually impressed with what they're doing because they continue to up their game. They're now True Texas Solar and Roofing. We actually need to add and roofing to the end.
Well, they can send that to us.
Yeah, they can send it. Anyway, so like the cool thing about them is they truly are a one-stop shop. Everything you need in order to get solar installed on your roof, whether it's you need a completely new roof, you need to repair your roof, whatever it is to make sure solar is ready to go on your house, they got you taken care of.
Right. And with Elon Musk in charge of government efficiency, you don't think that solar power is going to be on the docket to like make sure that it gets into every American home. Like, and you don't want to be using some smarmy company that's going to scam you and tell you that the state's going to give you everything for free.
Not only they're not going to scam you, they're actually going to prevent like you from getting scammed by other people.
Right.
Like I think that's one of the things I love is they're not out. They'll tell you up front, look, we're going to do our best to earn your business. But at the end of the day, you've got to make a decision, and we will help you walk through that process. But the truth is, there are a lot of incentives out there.
Yeah.
And you buy American-made products, they're gonna incentivize you even more. And they've got all of the ins and outs of that. They can help you get set up with a completely off-the-grid option where you've got battery backup, you've got a generator backup for that. That way, you're completely in control of your own power.
Right.
Yeah, really, really cool option. If you want to talk to them, just give them a call. They're going to talk to you about it, and they're not going to be pushy about it. They're going to inform you. At least talk. It would be a great opportunity for you to do that. 936-286-8325.
Yep.
All right.
We got some great sponsors, man. Thank you guys for sponsoring the show, and thank you guys for using their business.
That's it.
That's part of what makes the show go round.
Yes, it does.
So, Thanksgiving, at least in my house growing up, one of the biggest things that could always happen on Thanksgiving Day was the Texas and A&M game.
Yeah, right behind the Cowboys.
And that was never a big thing. And they're proving that it shouldn't have been anyway.
Right now they are. But it's been, look, that game hasn't happened in 10 years.
13.
That's what I'm saying, at least 10 years.
Yeah, at least 10 years. No, it's 13 years.
It's a long time.
So it's been since 2011 was the last one.
Man, it does not feel that long.
I know. No, it was nuts. So I went to A&M. It's an incredible game, and we sucked.
Oh, dude,
on Saturday.
Well,
but like here's the thing:
it's hard to know. I mean, yes, I do not think A&M played well. I think they got outcoached. I think they got
big
outplayed.
Time. They got way outcoached.
Yeah,
and I think that was actually like the biggest issue.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't have been outcoached.
Well,
Elko's a good coach.
He is,
and I've seen him make good calls in tough situations. Yeah. I don't know what the hell was wrong with him on Saturday.
Not only that, like this game was bizarre because Texas did everything they could to give it to them.
Yeah,
there were multiple crazy takeaways.
Well, and I think there's two ways to look at it. I mean, there's like Texas tried to give it to him, but like A&M's defense was legit.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you look. I challenge anybody to find another game where the team that had a pick six, a fumble recovery in the red zone, and a blocked punt in their territory lose the game.
That's what I'm saying. There were multiple takeaways that should have. I mean,
and then multiple trips to the red zone that resulted in nothing.
I mean, they had one stop where they were at the half-yard line.
Yeah.
They went for it, got completely stuffed.
Obliterated.
They didn't even get close.
Yeah. I'm not one of these Aggie apologists, man. Like I love my school, but that was just stupid.
It was dumb, especially at that point where the final score was a 10-point difference. It was 17-7.
Right.
You kick a field goal right there, you're within a touchdown.
Yep.
And
still don't know why he didn't kick the field goal.
I still don't know why either but you look at it, what you just said. You had a pick six. You had a blocked punt. You had what was the other one?
It was a fumble and recovery in the red zone.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. And you lose by 10 points.
Yeah.
Like they had every
That's
opportunity.
That's 21 points right there that you should have scored.
Sure.
I mean, that doesn't even count the other 2 times that you actually got to the red zone,
Right.
and then got nothing because you kept going for it on 4th down.
Yeah, they did go for it a lot on 4th down.
Like, here's the thing that just pissed me off to no end. I'm fine. Like, you go for it on 4th, you run it up the middle. Like, good for you.
Yeah.
You do it every time.
Every time they did. Up the middle.
And like, look, here's the thing. They, I think it was 3 or 4 games ago. I don't remember which game it was. They had a running back named Moss.
Okay.
And he is a beast.
Yeah.
And he, like, no kidding, like, legit guaranteed 4 to 6 yards no matter what.
Okay.
I mean, he's just a hoss.
Yeah.
And I think they got used to that. Mm-hmm. And they don't have any other backs like that. They have spry, fast little boogers that can get out down the outside and run.
Well, but they never tried to bounce to the outside.
I know. That's why I'm like you don't have that running back. And like you have Emmitt Smith's son.
Right.
And
yes.
even he's not a bruiser.
No.
He's an Emmitt Smith style running back.
Yeah, he is.
You know, get in there and bounce around. But like that's not what you need when you need like a 4th and a half yard. You need like, you know, a 300-pound fullback to just like run people over.
Yeah.
And like Texas's linebackers are huge and stout, and so are their linemen, and they just
look good.
Blew them up.
And I loved every minute of it.
Good for you. I got real hopeful after that pick 6.
Yeah, well, you should have.
You know, I thought when it was 14-0, I was like, eh.
I mean, it was ugly. Mm-hmm. That was, I mean, nobody had a chance to get him. I mean, it was a game changing opportunity.
Yeah,
and then they just flattened after that.
Right.
I mean, their defense kept them in the game. The offense did not do them any favors. Now again, I think Texas defense is stout. I think that they've got a great team. I mean, there's a reason that they are where they are. You know, at 11-1, I think that they are better than people give them credit for.
I just disagree.
But
they have, like, statistically, they had the easiest schedule in the SEC.
Okay.
Easiest.
Okay.
Like, by far.
And yet,
I mean, Vanderbilt had a harder schedule.
Well,
I mean, like,
Vanderbilt looked pretty good this year.
And they looked like, and they still didn't win that much.
No.
And so, like, who did they play?
Well, I mean, we could go through.
They played Georgia and lost.
Yeah, they did lose to Georgia.
That's the toughest team that they played.
That's the only team. Well, but Georgia's probably the second toughest. I mean, first or second toughest team in.
They played nothing but cupcakes other than that.
Okay.
I mean, like, seriously, bring up their schedule.
Okay, I will. I'll look it up right now. You keep talking.
Yeah, because I mean, like, and I'm not saying that they're a bad team. They're a great team. They're a great team, and they have a lot of talent on that team. I'm not saying that they're bad.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, it's real easy to be 11-1 when you have the schedule that they have.
Sure.
I think they went. What was their opener? Didn't they play like Michigan?
Well, yeah. So they did. They played Michigan. They beat them 31-12. UTSA, that doesn't even count.
Okay.
LA Monroe doesn't even count.
Right.
Mississippi State 35-13.
They were a nothing team this year.
Oklahoma's horrible. They killed them.
Oklahoma sucked.
They were terrible.
The worst team in the SEC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which was
keep going.
We all love that, by the way. Can
Yes,
we
we
just
do.
take a moment and just be happy about that?
What OU did in the SEC is what everyone expected Texas to do in the SEC this year, which would have happened, I think, had they actually played anybody. Continue.
Right. Yeah. All right. So then, of course, they lost to Georgia. Then they played Vanderbilt.
Okay.
And beat them by 3 points.
Beat them by 3 points.
Yeah.
And Vanderbilt has, what's their record right now?
Oh, goodness. I'd have to go look. I don't even know.
I think they just got, like, bowl eligible.
Vanderbilt is, I don't even know. I don't know what they are.
Okay. Sorry. But, like, Vanderbilt, really, really good this year for Vanderbilt.
Yeah, no, for Vanderbilt, they did great.
And they have a stout defense.
They did.
And they beat them by 3.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
Then they played Florida.
Okay, nothing.
Then they
Florida
played,
stunk this year.
Then they played Arkansas.
Okay, also not great.
Not great.
Never is great. Is middle of the road at best.
Always.
Okay.
We can also stop there for a minute and just relish in how great that is. Okay. And then they played Kentucky, horrible.
Okay.
They're not
Kentucky,
any good.
always the worst football team. Usually in tied with Vanderbilt. Okay.
Yeah.
Carry on.
And then A&M.
And then A&M.
But they did
teams,
handle A&M.
No, they didn't.
But I mean,
That's the problem. That's what I'm saying. Is like it's not even like it's a signature win because it's a rivalry game and they beat them in Kyle Field. I will give them that.
Sure.
But they didn't blow them out of the water.
No.
And so like their signature win is against A&M, who isn't that great.
Yeah, and now they got to go play Georgia again,
who they've already lost to.
They've already lost to.
And they're going to lose to them again.
Well, they probably will. I don't disagree with you. I will tell you the best thing that I think that Texas did, and they did not do this all game.
Okay.
But when they were flipping Ewers and Manning back and forth, that was a stout duo.
Oh.
You know, you put Manning in those clutch run situations.
Let me ask you,
he's hard to get down.
Because I haven't watched Texas all that much, and like Manning started the season, didn't he?
No, well he did, but that was just there were some situational reasons why that happened.
And I actually think what they're doing is what A&M should be doing.
Yeah, they're grooming him in a smart way. Part of the reason that he played as much as he did in the beginning is because they were playing these junk teams, and so they were giving him some reps.
Oh, because my question is, can he not throw?
Oh no, he can.
But
he does.
I mean,
He can throw well.
I assume he can throw well.
He can.
Is he not a good passer? Is what I'm asking.
No, he absolutely is fine at passing.
Okay,
but you've got Ewers, who is the more seasoned quarterback.
He's a veteran.
Yeah, and so he's proven, and so they're giving him that opportunity. He has the accuracy of Peyton, and he has the legs of his grandpa.
Yeah, he does have legs. I'll give him that.
And that's what Archie was known for.
Yeah.
He was known for being a runner. Peyton was known for just throwing dimes. And so he's kind of the best of both worlds.
Right.
And he's got everything laid out for him.
Is Ewers, is he leaving? Is he done?
I think that he will. I think he's going to be. He's going to go into the draft.
Right. What I was saying is what I think what Texas is doing is what I think A&M should have done is because they went one or the other. Because they have that kid. What's his name? He was like the number one quarterback in his class that year.
Oh man, I don't even know.
And he got hurt, and they brought Reed in.
Yeah, Reed's the one who he's their number one guy.
And then he's the one that when the guy got what's that kid's name? Golly,
I'm gonna look.
Anyway,
was it
Connor Wigman?
Wigman,
yeah,
RERWEI. Is it Wigman?
Wigman, something like that.
Yeah, Connor.
Anyway,
that's his name.
Yeah. I mean, really highly touted quarterback. I think he's from Texas. Anyway, I think he was like number one, like the number one quarterback from that year. But anyway, he got healthy again and started the LSU game. And they were down 21-0 at the half. They brought Reed back in. That was that big comeback that they made. And they were like, oh, so Reed just needs to be the guy now. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
No. Like, he's good. He's good. But, like Wigman's like a better quarterback.
Yes.
And so, like, if you had, like, a tandem like that you could work, bring him in situations, I think it'd be really good.
It keeps them fresh, but it also plays to their strengths.
Yeah.
And this... this type of system where you're playing, this dual quarterback situation, I think it works.
I think it works too. I think the only reason I think it worked out for A&M is they lost their big running back, and once they lost him, it made sense to keep Reed in because I mean he's so mobile.
Yeah, he's got the legs,
but just not on Saturday.
No, he got shut down multiple times.
Okay, but like you did not respond to my accusation about their schedule.
Yeah, I mean, granted, they did not play Alabama.
Nope.
They didn't play
LSU.
Tennessee.
They didn't play Tennessee.
They didn't play LSU. They didn't play a lot of these teams that were good this season.
None of them. They played none of them.
No, they didn't.
And don't tell me that like that wasn't part of the negotiation for like their first season coming to the SEC.
Oh, I'm
like
sure
I know enough about Texas.
I'm sure it was.
Like that was like they dialed that schedule up and said
sure.
this is who we want to play.
I'm sure.
So.
Yeah. I mean, the SEC wanted Texas.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it was they are a desirable team to have in your conference.
they may live to regret it. But.
Well, but you know what? Who in the West? Not calling Texas the West, but who in the West is worth anything? I mean, Texas A&M is the closest, and they've never done great.
Yeah, everyone at OU hates you right now.
What? Who? OU? Who's that?
Look, I mean, like I can't stand them, but they're a valuable asset.
Well, they are too. But I'm just saying, like they needed someone on this side of their conference to be decent.
Sure.
And LSU hasn't been decent in a while. Arkansas hasn't been decent in a while. Missouri flat out sucks.
Well, they started out strong.
They did.
Like, what, they're number 9?
Yeah, but they've never really blossomed. Yeah. No. And so now you've got this row all the way up and down the left, edge of the SEC with Texas, A&M, OU, and all of those teams have the ability to be really good.
Yeah.
Because guess where they all recruit from?
Texas.
Well, and there's a lot of really, really good players in Texas.
Did you see that stat from Saturday night?
Which one?
About how many of their kids were from Texas?
Yeah.
Only like 60%.
Yeah.
Which was surprising.
It was to me too.
So I mean, like that's the other thing is like they're recruiting across the country.
They are.
I mean, they're all they're national brands.
Texas, over its lifetime, and I would need to go. I would need to go research this to make sure this is 100% true. Over its lifetime, Texas has recruited better than any other school in history.
Over time? Yeah.
I mean, they have been one of the top recruiting schools ever. I mean, just unbelievably good at recruiting.
I think they fell steep.
They did
before they got Sarkisian.
It was right. Yeah, the end of Mac Brown's run.
Well, who took over for like?
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, see, that tells you everything you need to know right
there. Yeah, I can't remember his name all of a sudden.
He's pretty terrible.
He's a big dude, real big dude. Yeah, I can't remember his name. It's okay, doesn't matter.
Yep, doesn't matter. He's not there anymore.
Nope, not at all.
But anyway, yeah, it was a rough night for me.
Yeah.
Mostly because that's the closest A&M's come to playing for the SEC championship.
Yeah, they had the chance.
They had every opportunity.
They did.
So I mean, not home field advantage,
and that home field advantage is tough, man.
Yeah,
like I've been to a few games there, and I actually sat in the student section during a Texas Tech game once, which was real rough. But it is a force to be reckoned with. That atmosphere is unlike it may be the best college atmosphere in all of college football.
It's arguable.
It's up there.
I mean, like
Michigan with the big house, that's an unbelievable place to play as well.
LSU's pretty rough.
LSU's rough. OSU, Ohio State's a tough place to play as well.
I tell you, an underrated one is South Carolina.
Oh yeah. You're not wrong about that.
So Tennessee's pretty good too.
Yeah.
But like there's nothing like Kyle Field.
It's not.
I mean, there's just.
I mean, if you've ever, those people that have not been there, you've never seen a stadium where you're up in the third deck, and you feel like you're in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
I mean, it is straight up.
Yeah.
It is a weird feeling being in that stadium. But it just brings all of the sound just straight down.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Well, and like if you can imagine, like I went to school there before it was closed in.
Oh, yeah.
Before it was like a full bowl.
I remember that. That was my first time to be there was during college, and
they probably had the zone.
They did.
The north end done.
Yeah.
But not the south zone.
Yes.
And once they closed that thing in, dude, it got even worse.
Yep.
And I say worse, like in really good.
Yeah.
It's just a place you don't want to play on a Saturday.
Yeah. No, you're right.
But it didn't seem to face Texas at all.
So,
which I think that's part of why I'm like, look, they're a good team. I still don't think they're going to beat Georgia.
Yeah. They got. It was a weird, low scoring game the first time they played. But
like Texas has had low scoring games every game this season.
Well, no, they've scored a bunch of points.
I don't think
against not great teams.
I think anybody else, unless you start looking at teams outside the SEC, I think they've hung out around 20.
Yeah. Let me go. I'll look again. I mean, when I was looking at their
I think there was
their
one game where
numbers,
they scored 40 something.
20, 31, 49.
Who'd they score 49 against?
Florida.
Okay.
27 Vanderbilt, 34 Oklahoma.
They blew out Oklahoma though,
Mississippi State. Yeah, well, yeah, 34-3. 35 against Mississippi State, 51. Once you get down to these other teams, 51 against LA Monroe, 56 UTSA. But, 31, 20 against Arkansas. So they're probably averaging somewhere around 30.
Okay.
So they're still scoring a decent amount. But, the better teams, A&M, they scored 17.
Yeah.
Against Georgia, they only scored 15. So
right. When they that's the thing is like I think when they face like an actual defense, like they kind of crumble.
Yeah, which again tells.
And did you see, like, okay? Here's the other two things, and like I'm not taking anything away from them, but like both touchdowns had to be reviewed.
Yeah, they were bad calls. They were bad calls. They were.
I mean, as far as like
in.
not called on the field.
Yes.
The one with
in the corner.
No, the one with the pylon.
Oh, that should have been called immediately.
But the what made that a difficult call is that the football didn't cross the line. And
it didn't matter.
I know it doesn't matter, but like if you're the line judge, if you see the football go out of bounds,
it doesn't matter. It's easy.
From his perspective, it looks like the football goes out of bounds before he hits the pylon.
It doesn't matter. If it goes out of bounds, it does not matter. The goal line is extended forever and ever and ever.
I know the goal line's extended, but if the football goes out of bounds before he touches the pylon, it's not a touchdown.
Yes, it absolutely is.
No,
because it's
because the football's out of bounds.
No, the ball doesn't matter.
But
the ball out of bounds doesn't matter.
Look, here's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Is if the ball goes out of bounds, if he sees it as being out of bounds, that's a down ball.
False.
That's not false.
Yes, it is.
No.
I officiated this game for 21 years. I know what I'm talking about.
There's no way that that's true.
It absolutely is.
How
the
is
ball
that?
can be out of bounds as long as your feet are in bounds. It's not out of bounds.
Then I'm saying it wrong.
Okay.
If the ball is down, out of bounds, before he touches the pylon.
But it wasn't.
I understand it wasn't.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying, is if the ball is down, out of bounds, before he touches the pylon, it's not a touchdown.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what I think he saw.
I don't know how he did. Yeah, I don't know how he did. There's no way he could have. It was just
It's because the ball was in his outside hand.
Yeah.
And that's why.
No,
I'm
but
not saying he made the right call.
No, he didn't.
He didn't make the right call.
It was an easy call for him to have made.
That's a difficult call.
No, it wasn't. I promise. I was that position. It's not that difficult to play. The thing is, and this is one of the beefs I have with review, is that it is very easy to play to review. To call the game to review.
You mean to call the plays?
Yes.
Okay.
To call to the review.
Right.
It is easier to rule something a fumble and let review overturn it.
Okay.
Than it is to see the ball touch the ground with possession and know that it's down. It's easier to call it to review.
So you're saying he was playing it safe?
Yes.
Well, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I would do the exact same thing.
No. That's the way officials are coached to do it, to let it go to review.
Sure.
So it still should have been called a touchdown. It was an easy
so
call.
Why do you have a beef with review then?
I don't like review at all.
So then you think the game should have been 7-7 and gone into overtime?
No. I think they should have. I think they should have made the right call to begin with.
Well, okay, that's fair. But they wouldn't have.
Well, he should have.
But that's what I'm saying. It would have been 7-3.
If they're not coached to play it to the review,
it would have been 7-3. I don't know that they probably would have scored something.
I will tell you the one in the corner, the next one that they had to review, that one was a difficult call.
I remember. I don't remember the circumstances of that one.
Well,
I remember the other.
He barely caught the ball. He caught it as he was falling backwards out of the end zone, and it was hard to tell whether his foot was in whenever he caught the ball, because he caught the ball almost on the ground. He wasn't on the ground, but he was out of the back of the end zone, and his foot was
It was like 1 foot
still-
down or something like
yeah,
that.
his left foot was still in the end zone, and there was a player right on top of him. So that one was a difficult.
Yeah.
That was a difficult call to make. I can completely see why that one would have been called incorrectly. In real time, I thought that he did not catch that ball in. I really in real time I didn't think so. The first one, poor call. It was there's no way if the ball touches the pylon, it's a touchdown. As long as his foot is not out of bounds. Anytime.
Yeah, or if his knee wasn't down before it touched the pylon.
But it was just so clear that it wasn't.
Well, I think in the review, in the replay.
The thing is, the way that works is you've got the
because
official.
like I had to watch it like 5 or 6 times before I was like, it's getting called a touchdown.
Well, so the way that should have been called. So there's the lineman, and then there's the guy at the goal line.
Right.
The guy at the goal line, all
Gets
he
to
has
make
to
the
do
call.
is he makes the call, but all he has to do is look down at the lineman and ask him if his foot was if he was in bounds the entire time. As long as his knee, his leg, his foot, whatever, never went out of bounds, then it's an easy call to make. So
Right.
there is communication there. It's a very easy call to make.
Right.
So
like if I understand it correctly, like if he's got the ball in his outside arm and his elbow touches out of bounds, and then he touches the pylon.
yeah, that would be him out of bounds.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be him out of bounds. But as long as none of his body parts touch out of bounds and the ball goes over, even if the ball never touches the pylon, if it goes outside of the pylon,
Well, yeah, he just has to stick his other arm out.
no, just the ball has to cross even in the out of bounds. If the ball crosses the goal line out of bounds and he stays in bounds, it's touchdown.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Because
Like
it's goal line extended forever and ever and ever.
yeah, because his foot could be like at the 1, and he sticks the ball over the line on the left hand side of the pylon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's still a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Why is it that way? That
it's
doesn't
just the goal line is extended forever and ever and ever. It's just the way the rule is.
Huh.
And so that's why
That seems like a weird rule to me.
well
I'm not arguing the rule.
Sure.
It seems like a weird rule.
it's just the way it's
Especially
written up.
like if you're in like the back of the end zone, like you still have to have a foot in.
yeah, no those are hard lines. Those lines.
I know, but
are
the
hard
way
lines.
the way the rule works is you don't actually have to cross the goal line. You just
the ball just does.
in the air. Like you don't actually have to go to the end zone. You just have to cross into the goal line, or
The ball has to.
The ball has to.
Yeah, even if you're standing in the end zone and the ball is out in the field of play, then it's not a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, I get it if you're standing in the end zone and you catch the ball outside of the end zone.
Yeah.
that makes sense to me.
In fact, this is really interesting in college football. It's not this way in the NFL. It's a different rule, but on a punt, if a player is standing in the end zone and catches a ball
Okay.
in front of his body and downs it, and that ball never crosses the goal line, but he's standing in the end zone and he downs it, it's still in the field of play. If he's standing in the end zone looking at the ball coming at him and he catches it in
over
the field
on like the 1 yard line.
yeah, and then he puts it down and he's standing in the end zone, it's the ball. It's not the player. In the NFL, it's the player. If the player is anywhere in the end zone, it's dead.
I got you.
But that's because in college, and this is the whole thing, and why I'm saying this is an easier call than people made it out to be on that first one. It's all about where the ball is. Now your body has to be in bounds, obviously, but it really is about whether the ball is across the goal line. So
Interesting.
Yep. Man, either way, I don't like replay. I think that the officials get it right most of the time. And if they weren't playing to the review, it would be an easier game to call in many ways. But
Reviews have
changed a lot of things.
Changed a lot.
And what I think
turned the
other
tides
thing,
on some games.
it
Big
has.
time.
And one of the things that frustrates me about review is that whenever you're reviewing a play, you can only review the thing that the review is called into play. So there was a specific game that I was watching this year, just happened to be Texas Tech, but there was a targeting call that was made. And so they were reviewing the targeting call.
Right.
During the targeting call, there was on the player that was getting targeted, a massive face mask. Ripped his helmet all the way to the side.
Which hadn't been called.
Had not been called, and they could not put that on. And I'm like, look, you've deemed that a personal foul, a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
And it was a very, very obvious thing, and it didn't get called. You ought to be able to put that on. Like, but you can't.
Isn't face mask a personal foul? I mean, like,
it is.
Okay.
It's a 15-yard penalty. That's what I'm saying. You've made it an injury prone penalty, a 15-yard massive penalty, and you're reviewing targeting a massive penalty.
Oh, okay.
And
I see what you're saying.
And you weren't allowed to correct your wrong call on something that the league has deemed as a personal, like, injury type of play. That's why I'm like, okay, review needs to be able to review everything or nothing.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's never going away.
Yeah.
And with high definition, you can see just about everything.
Yeah. You're not hiding nothing.
You're not hiding nothing.
So, and they've got like 5 angles.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. And so, with replay being what it is, it's not that I don't think that the NCAA is trying to make it like a problem. They're trying to make it more accurate.
Right.
And I get that. I just don't like it. But anyway, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yep.
So it was a fun game.
Talk
It was a fun
about
game to watch. Yeah. Well, so I wanted to get your take on that. Did you hear Biden pardoned his son?
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
I did. Well,
what do you think?
Well, first of all, this is I think the irony of all of it is that right as the election was happening this last cycle, all of this mess about the computer and about all of this stuff was coming out, and he was very adamant about that's not what you think it is. It's not like he didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. My family didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
And whatever they're saying is just accusations and lies and falsities. And here we are at the end of his cycle, and now he's got to pardon him for the fact that it was all legit.
Well, that's not what he ended up getting convicted on.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Okay, well, educate me then.
I mean, he got convicted on like an illegal gun purchase. I mean, it was kind of like
of course.
What's the guy that they ended up convicting on like taxes?
Oh,
it's the mobster.
Yeah,
it's what they always do. It's like if they can't get you for the thing they want to get you for, they're going to
get you on taxes.
They'll get you for something,
right?
So, and it was some other stuff.
So it's okay. Well, it's pretty hilarious. It's a gun law then.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the big one.
Of course, Kamala's going to kill anybody coming to her house.
Right.
So, but that's all.
She showed him how to use it.
Right.
Well, and like, man. You say Kamala, and that kind of triggers me on. I was watching some commentators on the right talk about. Man, I can't ever say her name right.
Kamala.
Kamala, thank you. Like she had like a Thanksgiving message that she put out.
Oh, I didn't see.
And
this.
people were like, "She's drunk."
Oh, I believe it.
And I watched it, and I was like, "That sounds like all of her other speeches."
I was gonna say, well, I mean, the speculation is, and again, I don't know this. It's complete speculation. But the speculation is the reason she didn't come out and congratulate Trump is because she was wasted.
Toasted.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Speculation.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably be doing some drinking if I just lost the biggest election of my life.
Yeah.
But like with the Hunter Biden stuff, man, like we have him on camera saying, "I'll never pardon him. I won't interfere." And so I think there's a couple things going on here. One, I think this is like a stiff double middle finger to Kamala and the Democrats.
Really?
I really do. Yeah. I mean, like
he's like, look, I had the opportunity to.
You guys forced me out.
Forced me out, and
I'm gonna like you forced me out because you said I wasn't mentally stable. Fine,
watch what I can do.
Yeah, I'll do this and make it like I'll do this hypocritical thing, and so like you guys have no moral ground to stand on because you'll have to defend me.
Right.
You're not going to defend me.
That's an interesting take.
And so I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to pardon Hunter. And so there's another I think there's a couple things going on here. I think it's two stiff middle fingers to the Democrats and to Kamala. I also think it's a dad that legit cares about his son.
I can believe that. Yep, I can believe that.
And like whatever you think about the man, he lost a wife and a child in a car accident.
Yep.
And then he lost another child.
Yep.
I think to cancer.
You'd have to do some research because I don't remember.
I think it was a disease that took Bo.
Yeah. I know it was a sickness, but I don't know. I don't remember if it was cancer specifically.
But regardless of what it was, he lost 2 children, a wife,
right,
and he has 1 son left, and that son is going nuts.
Yeah.
With drugs and hookers, and now he's in trouble, and he's looking at a long prison sentence.
Yep.
And everyone thinks that I'm full on dementia anyway. I'm gonna pardon him.
Right.
Like 25th Amendment me. I don't care.
Yeah, who cares?
Like, what are you gonna like? Seriously, what are they gonna do? Impeach him
for a month? Who cares? I mean,
they did it to Trump, but
yeah,
they did.
I know.
But they might.
They might.
I don't think they will.
No,
it's not worth their time.
No,
or like their political power that they would use to expedite something like that. They're not going to mess with it.
No, neither one of those 2 men, Joe or Hunter, are going to matter.
No,
they don't matter at all.
No, like Hunter's never going to hold political office.
No, he never will.
And Joe's done.
Right.
So like, what does he care?
No, doesn't matter. It's not worth their time.
No, and like, look, Joe's not going to be getting paid gobs of money to make speeches anyway.
No, no, he's not.
He's not going to be writing any books.
No.
What does he have to lose?
Nothing.
Yeah.
He's gonna make his $250,000 or whatever it is a year for the rest of his life and be happy.
Yeah, like look, Republicans can bitch and moan all they want about this.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
Like, what are you so bloodthirsty to see Hunter go to prison?
That I'm not saying
that he doesn't.
I told you so type of thing.
And it might be, and that it could be like an I told you so kind of thing. And like, I'm not saying that I don't think he did anything wrong. I think he did gobs of stuff wrong. But like this is our political system.
Yeah.
The president is allowed to pardon people.
He is.
And he's also like I don't know if y'all realize this. He's allowed to lie.
Oh, yeah,
there's no law against lying.
Nope.
I mean, there's perjury when you're under oath.
Yeah.
But like you can lie all you want.
Sure. Yeah, it's funny you say that because we even talked about the scenario of Trump being thrown in prison while the election goes and him winning
and then pardoning himself.
Like, or if he couldn't do it, then his vice president would pardon him for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because we talked about this and then now full circle.
And now, well, not only that, like what have you watched happen with his cases?
Oh,
judges have been dropping them.
They have.
Because there's no point.
It doesn't matter.
Like, because what's he going to do? He's going to get in office and pardon himself.
Right.
Because again, what does he have to lose?
Nothing.
It's
his second term.
He can't run again.
No.
He's going to do everything he wants to do.
Yes, he is.
So, and we're going to find out real quick what that is.
Yeah, I know that was a lot of people's concern.
Mm-hmm. Oh, political revenge?
When I say a lot of people, I kind of have to temper myself because a lot of people voted for him. A whole lot of people voted for him.
I heard it was the first time a Republican won the popular vote since 1994.
Oh, and he won by quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
I mean, it is as much of a modern day landslide as we've had.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's considered a landslide.
It was the most decisive presidential election I can remember since Reagan.
Yeah.
I mean, because
can you remember Reagan?
I can. Unfortunately,
you weren't very old.
I wasn't very old, but I can remember it.
Yeah.
And I remember Herbert Walker, man. I mean, like, and that was a tight race.
Yeah.
You know, I'd have to go back and look at the numbers, see what he got on that, because he won, but he lost the second one.
Yeah, he did.
So it wasn't all that great.
No.
Well, honestly, Bill Clinton was just a better candidate.
He was. It's hard to say.
No, it's not. I mean, like, look. I mean,
he's an Arkansas fan.
Went to school in Little Rock.
Yeah.
Not Little Rock. Hot Springs.
He went to. He grew up. Well, he grew up in Hope.
Mm-hmm.
So grew up in Hope, Texas. I mean, Hope, Arkansas.
Yeah. So anyway, I went to someplace really close to Arkansas.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
So we bucked the system this year and spent Thanksgiving in Oklahoma.
Dude, I want to hear, because first of all, you did something a little unprecedented, which is like you didn't spend time with anybody's family but your own immediate family.
But my own immediate family.
For Thanksgiving.
Yep.
How was it?
It was awesome, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I missed my family. I missed like some of our like Thanksgiving traditions.
Yeah, but for you, different than some people. I mean, you live with your in-laws on the same piece of property,
Right.
and you're up until a year ago, your mom and dad were, co-owners in a business,
Right.
and they've still got ownership, and sort of, but they're still part of the business.
They're around.
They're around. I mean,
Yeah.
your office is at their house.
Yep.
So I mean, you're
It's on their
around
property.
Yeah, you're around their them all the time.
We're intertwined with our families.
Yeah,
massive.
so not getting to spend time with your mom and dad or your wife's mom and dad on Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever, it's not as big of a deal as someone whose parents live
a long
away.
ways away. Yeah. Like when you see them like that 1 or 2 times a year.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean we see them all the time. But
And
like,
your siblings are close too.
yeah,
I mean, you work with your sister, and I mean, so it's
all of our all but one sibling on both sides is in town.
yeah. So that's a unique situation.
It is. Yeah, it is. We started at the beginning of November. We started looking at our calendar, and it was like, look, once December 1st hits, we are stacked to the rafters till Christmas Day. I mean, it's just I'm not kidding, man. It's nonstop with events, and fundraisers, and concerts.
There's stuff. Yeah.
And it's like all stuff that like requires our presence.
Yeah.
Which it's all good stuff.
It's wonderful stuff.
And like we had to have a conversation that's like look, we need to talk about this stuff like we're excited about it, because otherwise like we're gonna get put in the booby hatch real quick.
Yeah.
It's just a lot.
Sure.
And so like we're blessed in that organizations and individuals require our presence in order for these events to happen. That's a good thing, but like we are preparing ourselves to be exhausted, from Christmas to the New Year's. I mean, just because it's literally nonstop.
Yeah.
It's more for my wife than me, and we were just kind of talking about it, and we said like, look, Thanksgiving is like the only time we can find in our schedule, business wise, ministry wise, charity wise, that we're going to have any downtime. And if we're here, we're going to be trying to take care of our family and cook for them and host them and be with them. And it's not that we don't love them. It's just like
It's a lot.
we can't go into that season tired.
No.
And so the best thing we could figure is to just take our little family and go out of town. And we relax most like when we're hiking and hunting and fishing and just being outdoors.
Right.
And I mean, like, and we can do that here, but like we're both honest enough with ourselves that if we're here, we're gonna be engaged with whatever's going on.
Yeah.
So we hitched up the wagon and we went up to Broken Bow.
Cool.
Got a cabin, and we were there for 5 days. And we went to a restaurant for Thanksgiving.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
It was awesome. It's actually, you've been to the restaurant that we went to.
Really?
It's the one in the park.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They had a Thanksgiving buffet.
Okay.
That you had to buy tickets for in advance. And it was awesome.
Okay.
For like our entire family of 5, it cost us $150 to be there Thanksgiving Day.
Dude.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It was awesome. And
Like my wife and I can't go to dinner for that much almost anymore.
And so it was prime rib. It was 2 different kinds of turkey, ham, fried chicken.
Oh my goodness.
Green beans, mashed potatoes, dressing, pie. I mean, you mac and cheese, bread. I mean, like just everything you want from Thanksgiving. And it's not the way my mama would make it, But like I didn't have to cook it. I didn't have to do any dishes.
Yeah.
I didn't have to clear the table.
Nope.
We had this very sweet lady take care of us.
Yeah.
Brought us our drinks, and it was fantastic.
Sounds like it.
So, and then we ended up going out to eat twice while we were there.
Okay.
We went to the Mountain Fork Brewery one night for some pizza.
Yeah.
And that was fun.
Yeah.
Brought home some sneaky snake.
Ooh.
I know you like that.
I do.
And then the day that we left, we went and ate at the Ho Chi Town Saloon.
Oh.
And got an Oklahoma chicken fried steak, which I didn't realize there was a difference between.
What's the difference?
It seemed like it was just like thicker batter.
Okay. Interesting.
But it was good.
Okay.
But we hired, this was Friday, so the day after Thanksgiving, we hired Steve Branson, the same guy that we outfitted to take us, and went trout fishing.
Okay.
We did not do as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's always cold.
Yeah.
I caught nothing.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Look, my kids were excited to go.
Yeah.
They each caught a fish.
Okay.
My oldest caught 2.
All right.
And Steve was excited that we got that much.
Really?
And we had his son had a group down river from us fishing. And I think there was like 8 of them. I don't think they caught anything.
Oh, man.
That's
a bummer.
Had fun.
Yeah.
And my kids, Steve cleaned them for us. I took them home and deboned them, cooked them on the grill.
All right.
And I had two kinds of seasoning that I used.
All right.
It was a lemon citrus garlic seasoning and then a Cajun blackening seasoning.
Okay. Which one do you like better?
I used them both at the same time.
Oh.
On the fish.
Okay.
Yeah. It was awesome.
I bet.
And just squeeze some lemon and butter over the top. And it's the first time my kids all loved it.
Okay.
So we did that and then some just, potatoes.
All right.
So, so here's the thing. The house that we stayed in, I think...
Did it have a sauna?
No. Did not have a sauna. It was a much smaller house.
Okay.
We were trying to keep it simple.
Yeah.
And it's a gorgeous house, and I'll link the Airbnb link. I think they have a Facebook page. We'll link up the Facebook page.
Okay.
In the show notes. It's a great couples.
All right.
Like not couples, but it's a great couple house.
Sure.
For like a couple to get away for the
Not
weekend.
like upside down pineapples.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. It's set up for kids. It'll sleep 6.
Oh, okay. So I assume one room has bunks or something.
Yes, it's a closet.
Oh,
A closet with a set of bunk beds.
okay.
And then the couch in the living room folds out into a queen bed.
All right.
And then there's a king bed. But the king bed is not in a bedroom. The
Okay.
whole house is open concept. The only room that has a door that closes is the closet with the bunk beds
Okay.
and the bathroom.
Oh,
And that's it. Everything else is open.
wow.
So
That's different.
So it's not a huge house.
Yeah.
So the living room and the kitchen are in the front of the house, and then there's like a divider wall with 2 fireplaces on either side, and then the bed's just on the other side of that divider wall,
Okay.
and that's it.
Interesting.
And then in the back, it has a covered patio with fireplace, TV, and then hot tub,
Nice.
and it's a smaller hot tub.
Okay.
We all fit in there, but it was tight.
Yeah.
Better for 2.
Better for 2.
Better for 2.
Yeah.
But
Small people.
the bathroom was the best part of the entire
Really?
house. Yes.
Okay.
The bathroom, just regular bathroom on the front. You got a toilet and a double sink. And then you have an entryway with 2 glass walls on either side. And then it's one of those, I think we've talked about this before. It's kind of like the new thing where the bathtub is in the shower.
In the shower, yes.
But it was a huge room.
Okay.
So the bathtub was up against the back of the wall.
Uh-huh.
And then right in the middle, in front of the bathtub, was a big rain shower head
Okay.
from the ceiling. And then it had 2 shower heads coming from either side
Wow.
of that one. And then it had a switcher that you could kind of turn them all on
Or
off
Yeah.
or simultaneous. So,
Interesting.
And I like that shower.
I bet.
I like that shower a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. So it wasn't crazy expensive, but it's what you'd expect to pay if you were going away for a weekend
And on Thanksgiving.
and on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Broken Bow is very touristy.
very much so. Yeah.
So.
And the so 2 things. One, the new casino is open.
I was gonna ask.
It looks awesome.
I bet it does.
I mean, like they've got a Starbucks there. They've got a flagship restaurant
In a
inside.
hotel.
Full resort with pools.
Yeah.
It's legit.
Yeah.
And it's just outside the gate of that park.
Right. Right there.
And we looked, and the rooms weren't too crazy.
Okay.
But we didn't know that the state actually has a resort on the lake.
Where?
So you have to go further north.
Okay.
Because you know how like when you go into the park, you go over the dam, and on the right hand side it's the river, but the left hand side is the lake.
Right.
So around the curve of the lake, and then back like another mile,
Okay.
up on a cliff is a resort.
Really?
Yeah, and it's not huge.
Okay.
But I think they've got like 40 rooms.
Okay.
And they're not expensive.
Huh.
And they do like a continental breakfast.
Interesting.
I mean, and like it's nice.
Okay.
Really nice. And like everything has a water view.
Nice.
And so it's just real pretty. And so we went and hiked. There's a trail around the resort that you can go do by the lake. It wasn't a hard trail at all,
Sure.
but like just a fun trail. I mean, I bet you we hiked like 20 miles
Okay.
the whole time we were there. And there's some cool ones.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you go over to like, I don't think I have any on my Facebook. My wife posted all the pictures. I'll put some up.
Sure.
But and I think we had some from the time when we went.
Yeah.
But I don't think we did any hiking.
No, we didn't. I mean, the furthest we hiked was to get to a better fishing spot.
But there is some really good hiking there that your kids can do.
Okay.
Like it's not easy,
Yeah.
but like it's like a 3-mile hike.
Yeah.
That's
That's doable.
it's totally and like worth it.
Yeah.
Like and some of them were like hikes that you would go to a cliff that overlooks Mountain Fork River,
Okay.
where the waterfalls and stuff
That's
are.
nice.
And it's just a pretty hike.
Yeah. I still want to play that miniature golf place there.
The maze.
Yeah. It looked awesome.
Still never been.
Next time.
So I got some, and I did pick up some stuff from the distillery.
Okay.
I just can't talk about it on the show because they're presents.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll have to show them to you later.
Okay.
But some good stuff.
Okay.
I'm excited about it. It's not for me. So I doubt I'll even get to taste any of it.
My favorite thing from the distillery that whenever we were in there talking to the lady in there, she was like, "Why don't you taste this tequila?" And she was like, "What does that smell like?" And I was like, "It doesn't smell like anything." She goes, "That's right. It'll never get detected on your breath." And I'm like, okay. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and leave.
That's right.
Anyway, that's a fun place, man. Broken Bow, we had a blast there. It's really, even though it is touristy, it's still affordable, and you can go have a good time. And
Especially if you don't go on a holiday weekend or something like that. Like,
right.
It's way more affordable then.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, from here, it's not that far. I mean, it's a drive, but it's not so far that you can't do it.
It's like 5 hours.
Yeah, it's totally doable, and really beautiful place.
Yeah.
So
It's not actually far from Caddo.
it's not.
Yeah.
No, I know.
And for people that listen to the show is like one of the things that I think that you can do going there is you can actually get some really good design ideas for your home.
Oh, it is really cool. And I mean, even if you're looking like, just go look at some of the places online. I mean, just look. Some beautiful places.
Yeah.
And big open windows and log cabin style.
Yeah, I mean, the one that you and I went to, I still think about the bunkhouse that you guys stayed in.
It was wonderful.
It was legit.
The layout in that thing was perfect.
They had like 4 beds in the bunk.
Yeah, they had.
But it was like 2 queens and like then 2 twins.
2 queens on the bottom, and then on the top it had 2 twins.
Yeah,
and then in the main room it had a couch that folded out. And had a big, nice bathroom. And had a arcade in there. It was really nice.
It's like a kind of a
little Pac-Man.
It wasn't a kitchen, but they had like a sink and a fridge and a microwave
and a Keurig. So had everything you needed.
I'm coming around on the Keurigs.
Are you?
Well, I mean, I think they've changed the way that they do it. We had one at the cabin that we stayed in this time, and my problem with them has always been that, at least on the old ones, it had like the one puncture hole in the top and the one puncture hole in the bottom. And I'm like, there's no way that the water's getting soaked into the grounds good enough to make a good cup of coffee.
Right.
The one I was at now, I think had like 4 prongs.
Yeah, they're better.
And I was like, that makes sense to me. And the coffee tasted better.
Yeah. Well, we've got one in my house that has the frother on the side, and it heats it up as it froths, and so you can get your milk in there if you were doing creamer or half and half or whatever, and froth it and make a frothy drink.
Yeah.
But where I work, we just got a new coffee machine.
Okay.
And it is legit.
Are you drinking coffee now?
I don't really drink coffee. But this makes not coffee.
Okay, like hot chocolate.
It makes everything. It literally any kind of drink you can get at a coffee shop.
Okay.
It'll make.
Okay.
It'll make Americanos. It'll make lattes. It'll make cappuccinos. It'll make drip coffee.
Yeah.
And it does everything. You put the beans in there. It grinds the right amount of beans. Puts it in. Does the coffee thing. It's even got a little milk container that you can take out and put in the fridge. Just take it out and put it in. It steams it, puts the right amount in.
Okay.
It does absolutely everything. There's almost an infinite number of things you can do on the app. And you can tell it to have it ready at a certain time, like all these sorts of things, but you can even dial in exactly what you want. It'll make your perfect cup every single time.
Who makes this thing?
Terra Cafe.
Terra Cafe. Okay.
And it is not cheap.
I would imagine not.
But it was a gift. And
somebody gave it to y'all?
it was, yes.
Okay.
Yes, someone gave it to us. And I'll just say there's a lot of coffee being brewed.
Was Tim involved with this?
No.
Okay.
No, he was not.
Okay.
We'll talk about it off the air.
Okay.
But it's nice. It like today I had a cappuccino because it's not coffee. It is, but it's not. It is.
Yeah.
It's got coffee in it.
It's got coffee in it.
But it tastes nice.
I'll tell you this, because I just came around to this recently, and I'm not into these soy boy alternatives.
Yeah.
That being said, oat milk in coffee.
Oh, okay.
When it's like frothed,
I've never tried that.
is freaking fantastic.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
And like, I am not a fan. I like coconut milk.
But almond milk, all that kind of stuff, not interested.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not even a little bit.
And I'm just like, look, if you're most people are putting sugar in there, just put milk in there.
Yeah. No, that's how I am. It's like, look, like what? Like I want it to taste like milk, so just give me the milk.
Give me the milk. There's whole milk, and then there's not milk.
Right.
In my opinion.
Yeah. Which tit did that come out of?
None of them.
That's right.
It didn't come out of any of them.
But like, so here's how I found this out, because I'm like this. Like if I go someplace new and I don't know what's on there, I'm going to have a conversation with the people that work there.
Sure.
What's good?
Yes.
What do you like? And
Smart.
why do you like it?
Yeah.
And so like if they tell me that they like something and then it's like, well, it's because I have a cow allergy. I don't know, whatever it is. It's like, okay, I'm not going to listen to what you say.
Right.
But like, and not because like I want to disregard their whatever.
But you
like,
need to know why their opinion is informed.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, why do you like the thing that you like? And it's because you have like some sort of like dietary restriction. I'm not as interested. I just want to know what the best thing on the menu is.
Sure.
And I think it was at a coffee house in San Antonio one time. And this gal, it was like one of these hoity-toity coffee shops. And I was just talking with her. And I was like, seriously, like, what's the best thing? And she's like, look, and it was like there's like a weird herb that people put in their coffee now.
Rosemary.
Nope. Lavender.
Lavender.
Yeah, it was lavender.
Yeah.
And she goes, look, get the lavender latte with oat milk.
That sounds disgusting.
And I was like, look, are you like being like legit with me, or are you screwing with me?
Right.
Like, because like I'm in my cowboy stuff, man.
Did you see me a mile away going, you're going to go back to the back going, he did it.
He got it.
He ordered
I
it.
sold one. He told me I couldn't do it. Give me that $50 bonus.
That's right.
And she was like, no, seriously, like it's the best thing here. And I was like, cool, give me one. and it was good.
Really?
Yes, it was like, and I don't know what it is about the oat milk. It kind of gives it like a nutty cream flavor.
Okay.
And the lavender was in there. I've never really had like lavender before, but it's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I like the way it smells.
Yeah.
But
I think it's one of those things like you put like too much in, it'll kill it.
It seems like it would be overwhelming if you did that.
Yeah, so
very
like
easily.
I think it's one of those things you have to know what you're doing.
Sure.
But like it worked.
Okay.
It worked. So like if you ever have the chance, like just get like a regular latte, but tell them to do it with oat milk.
Okay. I'll try it. I'll say this: if I'm gonna drink coffee, the most of the time the way I want to drink coffee is black with like 1 teaspoon of sugar, just pretty basic, just enough to take the edge off,
right?
And I want it like that. But that's why I call like a cappuccino and not coffee.
Sure,
because I like it. I like white chocolate mochas from Starbucks too. It's not coffee.
Yeah, that's true.
It's got coffee in it, but that's not really what you're drinking.
Yeah,
You know, I'm just like, look.
I actually can't remember the last time I had a Starbucks.
It's fine if you want not coffee.
I mean, I'll go, but like, not getting excited about it.
No. Have you been to Dutch Brothers?
Yeah,
I like Dutch
they
Brothers.
got some good stuff at Dutch Brothers.
One of the things I like at Dutch Brothers is they've got some coffees that they'll make with chocolate milk. It's pretty good. Pretty good. So
we had somebody on that helped start Dutch Brothers.
it was
AI Security.
Yeah. David
Sellinger. Yeah, we got
it.
team job.
Yeah,
Way to go.
He was awesome, man. Yes, good job. And with that, I think it's time to peace out. Thank you guys for listening to today's show. We had a lot of fun talking about football and about the president and
The current president.
and also about a cool place to go. And look, we appreciate you. Please, please, please. We are doing everything we can to give you some good, awesome content. So please go give us a like, a rating, a review, subscribe to all of our channels, Facebook, YouTube, all the things. We appreciate you very much. Until next time, we'll see you later.
See ya.